Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 2020 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you would like to know what decks I am using, all that information is in the description box below. Now, before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds, feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. Libra, September 2020 money and career. Libra, Libra, September 2020 money and career. Libra, Libra, September 2020 money and career. Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides with 2 bonus cards. Fantastic. And let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Libra, September 2020, money and career. Libra, Libra, September 2020, money and career. Libra, Libra, September 2020, money and career. Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. All right, these 3. Very nice. So we have nurturing. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below your feet. And this is you nurturing your inner child, your inner self, what you desire, your roots, your strength, and not giving up on you, Libra. It's seeing your intrinsic worth from the time you were very small up until now and for years to come. And this is embracing your power and your understanding and nurturing your gifts, your soul, and yourself. So that's really quite beautiful. Then we have inner strength. This is the solar plexus chakra. And you're kind of like coming out of your shell, Libra, which is really beautiful. You have felt cold or alone or on the outside of things. And now you're having this lightning bolt moment and you're having the frost go away and thaw, and you are stepping into your power and where it is that you want to be. Your inner strength, you're going to kind of poo-poo it. You're going to sit there and think, oh, well, there's nothing really strong about me, or, oh, I'm just being silly about things. But no, you're going to see this inner power, this inner strength, this inner development really guiding you, really moving you towards more. And that's really quite beautiful. And then we have clarity, the third eye chakra. The third eye is opening bringing you clarity and understanding. It can be a little bit overwhelming when the third eye opens, because if it opens too wide, you can see things too clearly. And, a lot of times, even though we say, oh, I want the truth of things, when we see the truth of things, it can be astoundingly overwhelming. So here it is a clarity of understanding. It is an insight. It is, this comprehension of self. And it is also a clarity of where you want to move and what you want to do. But do know that it can be a bit intense when you start to see all aspects of your life a little bit clearer. You can see them very clearly depending on where you are in your personal journey. But even if you just see it a little bit clearer, it can be sometimes a harder pill to swallow than we would have initially thought. So just know that, because as you embrace your inner strength, as you're nurturing yourself, the clarity comes, and it really is quite empowering, but it also can be quite intense. Right. So your inner self is right here on the left-hand side. Your emotional self, your heart self, is the middle, and your public self is the right-hand side, and your 2 bonus cards. So we have here the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. The 4 of Waters, the 4 of Cups, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing you a gift, very different than the gifts that you are looking at right now. The High Priestess, you see things, the clarity comes in, the veil is lifted from your eyes, you see things much more clearly. The Ace of Water, the Ace of Cups, you are getting a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, of blessings of power, and it cleanses, it heals, and it can be quite intense. And it's going to take you a little bit to see this gift, but you're definitely seeing it. Let's see if you take it fully during this time. We have the Queen of Air, you're crowning your heart, so that is absolutely gorgeous. The Warrior Queen right here. You're not taking anybody's bull, and you are moving forward in knowledge and not nonsense. The Hierophant, being true to yourself, Taurus energy. This is a time frame April 20th to May 20th. The 6 of Fire, it's time to celebrate yourself. And you have the Queen of Fire, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you begin with the Queen of Air and you end with the Queen of Fire. You have the 2 queens in this reading and they fuel each other. So that is absolutely gorgeous. The 7 of Water, imagination. Okay? And as Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, whereas imagination is endless. And so here you are seeing the endlessness of what could be and what might be. You have the 10 of Water. The 10 of Water is, and they all live happily ever after, the 10 of Cups. The 5 of Water, change your mind and change your life. The Page of Water grounds you. You're definitely taking this gift, not just seeing this gift, but taking this gift from God's Source Spirit, and you are learning with it. You're learning from it, and it is giving you a new insight onto things. Then we have the Page of Air. You are being a student of your mind, of what you desire. You are also being a student during this time. There's a lot of things that you are learning, that you are taking in, that helps you career-wise. You have another 5. So now you have, is it 2 5s or? Yeah, you have 3 5s right here. All right, the Hierophant is the 5th card in the Major Arcana. You have the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Air. So divinity is telling you that this is a freedom time. This is also a time where you might think, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever for things to be resolved, and it doesn't take as long as you thought it would. So things get resolved more quickly than you would have imagined, and it really does empower you. Now let's see the people you need to be. Let's see the people who will aid you during this time. Who will aid Libra, September 2020, money and career? Who will aid Libra, September 2020, money and career? Who will aid Libra, September 2020, money and career? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So you have right here the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. This is also going to be a very powerful time for you Libras born on the cusp with Virgo. You're born at the beginning of Libra. So here you're this is an energy of somebody who turns inward, who sees their inner strength and lights their inner path. And this is going to be the person who speaks to you. It speaks to you of self-discovery. It speaks to you of quiet, contemplation. It speaks to you of power and wisdom to be discovered. And it's going to speak to very potently the High Priestess aspect of yourself that's coming forward during this time. And this is a person that you don't have to know in real life. This can be a person that inspires you or that says something that really gets you thinking, in a movie, in a book, podcast, whatever form of media or whatever interaction it is. This is a person who gets the wheels turning and has you really looking within, really, cutting through the things that have been holding you back, or even the things that you didn't want to see about yourself. You kind of buried them away. Now you are seeing it. Now you are embracing it. Now you are embracing you. Yeah. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. This I see very much as a vibrational resonance with you. This is a way that you connect soul to soul with this person. This person talks of prosperity. This person talks of bounty. This person has a different way of seeing money or what you value as much as money. And there's a motherliness to them. It doesn't have to be motherliness. There's a nurturingness about them. There's this sense of kind of like, what I'm seeing is a expert gardener, a person who can plant the seeds and watch them grow, who knows the plants, who knows the richness of the soil, who knows the earth around them and what is truly valuable. And that's going to be something that is very enticing to you during this time, because you're seeing that there is so much more to life than just simply finances. And when I say just simply finances, I don't mean to poo-poo that at all. Money is highly important. Anybody who tells you money isn't important has always had it and never had to worry about it. So yes, money is very important, but also what you value as much as money, the richness of your life, and not simply sacrificing all your joy to chase the almighty dollar. That is something that is also going to be very powerful for you during this time. And just very powerful for you, period, Libra. Then you have the Queen of Cups. This is a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is a person who embraces love, who drinks deeply of inspiration. You might find that they are rather philosophical and they prefer to work during the night because it's just a more quiet, more calming, more soothing time for them. They're very richly involved in their emotions, and they help you balance the scales. But with this prosperity and with this Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay, so strong Virgo presence here. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, they can make you uncomfortable with what they are showing because they are so absolutely honest. And they're not going to hold back because that's just not who they are. It's all or it's nothing. And they connect fully or they move on. And that is, again, just the way they go about life. And these are going to be people that are more inspirations. Like they touch you for, they touch your life for a moment. It's kind of like butterfly wings is what I'm seeing here. Kind of coming in, blowing a breeze onto you and then moving forward. It's not alighting on you because they don't get the oils and they don't stop being. But yeah, it's this power, it's this understanding. And that's because you have the Wheel of Fortune crowning your inner self. You're seeing a change. You're seeing things starting to change. You're seeing things evolving. You're seeing things becoming more. And you feel like you're on a bit of a roller coaster ride. Some days you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I am so on the ball. I am, so happy, so contented, so powerful, so prosperous. And then it could be a matter of hours, minutes later, you're going to be really hard on yourself. You're going to be doubting. You're going to be fearing. And it can feel like a roller coaster of emotions, most definitely because we have all emotion cards following it, a roller coaster of what you truly want, of where you're going. And there are a lot of questions here, but there is a sense that you are ending where you want to be. And, okay, so Spirit's saying it's not necessarily where you want to be. It's where Spirit wants you to be. And as you move forward in this power, as you see things more openly and more honestly for yourself, you're not going to think that the ride was that bad. You're actually going to look back and say, wow, that was an intense time, but that was a profoundly powerful time. And so here, things are starting to change, and you feel that change, and it really stirs up emotions in you. And you're going to want things to kind of stay the same. You're kind of like, listen, you may not be completely happy with the way things are, but you're not completely miserable. Though some of you might say, oh no, Dane, I'm completely miserable. But you're looking at things one way. And Spirit is going to be handing you a gift in quite another direction. And it's going to be kind of odd at first. It's going to be, it's going to make you question things. It's going to have you look at things differently before you take this gift, before you look at this gift, before you see this gift. And so as things are changing, you're going to sit there and kind of want to stay in the status quo, like the way things were. But then as things change, you start to see, oh, okay, I'm going to look over here. And then over here lays gifts. Over here lays prosperity. Over here is something really quite beautiful that you hadn't expected. And so it's just opening yourself to Spirit and to that power. And as you do so, the veil is being lifted from your eyes. What you had thought was super important, what you had thought was the absolute defining factor of things, isn't as important and isn't as defining as you had once thought. And the high priestess, yes, which was kind of like the queen of mysticism, as she's looking at things, she's looking at you. So as you are looking at things, you are looking at yourself. And again, the veil is lifted. So you're seeing things a lot more honestly, a lot more openly. And you're seeing your career, you're seeing the way that you're moving forward, you're seeing your studies, because here you are the student. And here you are the student. And you're seeing things as a student of the heart and of the student of the mind. And you're having this connection between your heart and your mind, between what you want and what you know. And as you have these connections come, and as you see things more powerfully, more openly for yourself, you see yourself more clearly, but you also see those around you more clearly. And this can be disconcerting, because everybody wears masks. Everybody wears masks. And it's not just because right now of everything that's going on in the world. We all have a way that we want ourselves to be perceived. And then we all have the way that we truly are. And some people, the way they want themselves to be perceived and who they truly are vastly and irreconcilably, am I saying that right? No. It's like catastrophically different is what I'm seeing here. And you're looking at that. And it can be heartbreaking because you wanted to see what they were presenting, not who they are. And this is changing you as you move forward in business, okay, right here, towards your success. Because there's some reason here that you're being super hard on yourself, and you shouldn't be. There's a success, there's a power that's coming forward. There's some reason here that you're not seeing the gifts that are given to you, body, mind, and spirit. And the high priestess is saying, see. And the people that you thought were really great, the people that you thought were making it and had everything, you're going to see that they don't. And that can actually be rather satisfying. And I laugh because it's like, yeah, it's nice to know that people are human. So you see it, and it's not going to be that you get a kick out of it, though you might get a little bit like wow, you have the same problems I do. Wow, you're going through the same things I am. So it is going to be nice that way. But it's also going to be this sense of the playing field leveled, of things becoming more equal, because you're seeing things more openly, more truthfully. You're also being guided towards greater knowledge, greater femininity of self, greater power of existence. And that's going to be very calming, very soothing, very gracious, very loving. And it leads you to the Ace of Water. And the Ace of Water is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love. And you take this gift most definitely. Well, you take it because it's here. And you see this gift most definitely. And you see it and you come close to taking it. And it takes you a little while to take this gift. But it washes away the doubts and the fears that you have. It washes away negativity and anger and despair and heartbreak and pain. And it also, as it is washing these things away, it brings them to the surface. It makes you look at them and at times question, yes, but also at times see greater truths, see greater powers, see things more openly and honestly than you had before. So do expect this time to be more emotionally intense than you had bargained for, and a lot deeper than you had expected. But you're also here learning how to rule your heart with power and with dignity as you move forward in your career, as you move forward to where you want to be financially and prosperously. The Queen of Swords, she is the no-nonsense queen. I mean, really, seriously, she is the warrior queen. She is the one who will fight to the death. She is the one who doesn't back down, who says the truth, who will lead battles. And this is a queen that very much speaks to you, Libra, because as much as you believe in keeping the balance, you also believe in the balance being kept and justice being had. And that's a very integral part of who you are. There is a sense that, yes, you can hold your tongue for the sake of creating balance, but also you have the ability to slice people apart with your keen observation and your quick wit. And so it kind of balances each other out. It depends how much you like the person, how careful you are with your words. And even if you absolutely adore the person, you can still be a little bit blunt, a little bit sharp, as all air sign energies can be. This is a sense of knowing your mind. This is a sense of standing in your power and your truth, speaking what you are seeing, speaking your keen observations, speaking your truth. And that's powerful for you, because there are times where you'd hold your tongue. And here, it's your heart and your mind are coming together. And the reason why you have to speak your truth is because you feel it so deeply, and it's such a powerful part of you. Now, there is a sense, and Spirit is saying you are worried that if you speak your truth, you might sound too emotional or too irrational or, too involved in things. And here with the Queen of Swords, you don't have to worry about that, because you are going to know the right time to say things. And you're going to be able to move forward in knowledge and in understanding and in wisdom. And you're not taking anybody's bull. Your heart will not take other people's nonsense, which for some time you have been taking. And then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is being true to yourself. So as you speak your wisdom and you are connected with the owl here to the High Priestess, the way of seeing through the darkness, the way of having that 360-degree, eyesight, that ability to turn your head completely around and see it all. That's coming forward, and that's really moving your heart, and your heart is moving forward with knowledge of that, and you're not easily fooled by other people. That is going to be something that people are surprised of during this time in your career and with your ability to handle your money and to make wise decisions and to call more wealth into your life, is that you're going to be able to see through people's bull. You're going to be able to see, when people are trying to pull one over on you. And as you're able to see this truth and move forward in your wisdom and move forward in your understanding, you find yourself becoming more grounded. You also find yourself becoming more stubborn. Your heart wants what it wants. And it sounds like an odd thing to say in a money and career reading, but it isn't, because there's a place that you want to be. There's a reason why you are in this rat race of life. And for some, yes, it might be to accumulate millions upon billions of dollars, trillions, and just be so absolutely well known that, it's ridiculous. But for most of us in this world, it's to be able to pay our bills on time. It's to feel safe. It's to feel secure. It's to feel not as if we're being strangled by the weight of the world. And the Hierophant here is rooting you in your truth, is rooting you in your power, is rooting you in your greater understanding. And as you're moving forward, you are finding here that you have a very good sense of the handling of money, of the ideas of where things need to go, and you are starting to see the way you want to be moving forward. And you're staying very true to yourself. There are going to be times here where, you kind of think, wow, if I just weren't so me, I could be more successful. If I just tried to be like this person, I would be more successful. But it's always going to feel like a mask. And during this time especially, you can't wear masks. You can't put on a show. You need to be authentically you, because it does move you forward in a very powerful way. And your heart is saying here, it's time to start celebrating your successes. You'll have a tendency, as we all do, to sit there and see our successes and say, well, that's no big deal. That's no big thing. I was supposed to be successful there. I was supposed to be prosperous there. But when we mess up, even if we just trip a little bit, we'll berate ourselves all the way to next Tuesday. And so here it is saying, look at your successes. Look at your prosperity. Look at all that you have accomplished and see it as a job well done. The Six of Wands, for me, the Six of Fire here, it's like that boss. Okay? It's like having a really good boss and a really bad boss. And most of us have had really good bosses and really bad bosses. And we know the difference. We know the difference between the one that makes us feel like garbage. We know the difference between the one who never compliments us on all the work that we do. and never sees a job well done. We know the difference of that boss to the boss that makes us feel seen, that makes us feel appreciated, that makes us feel like our hard work is worth it, and we work harder for that boss. Well, what type of boss are you in your life? Are you berating yourself, or are you praising yourself? Are you seeing yourself move forward? And are you seeing everything that you've achieved? Or are you only going to point out every time you fail, no matter how hard you work? Because it's a choice. And sometimes it doesn't feel like a choice, but it is a choice. And it's starting to say, I am a success, because you are moving forward in triumph in your career to where it is that you want to be. It might not be exactly how you envisioned it, because remember, divinity has a hand in everything, and it happens in divine timing. It happens in the divine's way, if we let it. If we try to control it too much, it can happen in our way, but it won't be as sweet and as beautiful. So here with the Six of Air, with the Six of Fire, fueled by the air and, raging across the earth, you have this power, you have this prosperity, you have this way of celebrating to build the fire over your heart. Because as you see here, you have the heart, and I believe that's the heart chakra right in the middle. You have the candle here illuminating, the Queen of Fire, passion, creation, desire, determination. This is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning. During this time, you're going to feel much more comfortable behind the scenes. You're not going to need to be in the middle of it all. You see, you direct, you guide. Now, the Queen of Fire is your passion. You are crowned by a queen. You are crowned by you, the Queen of Air, and you are rooted by the Queen of Fire. And so your mind and your passion and your determination are working together. They're finding a way forward. You have to let them shine. We have the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is, again, imagination being more important than knowledge. Knowledge is astoundingly important, and I will never be the one to downplay that, But the ability to make connections, the ability to think outside of the box is also invaluable. And here, it is using active manifestation. It is looking at things and visualizing it and seeing it and becoming it and embracing it and being powered by it that is guiding you forward. Instead of just crossing the fingers and say, oh, I wish I could be successful. I wish I could be prosperous. It's a bunch of hard work. And I know a lot of times that we sit there and we think, well, it shouldn't be this much work. But there's a part of our mind and a part of ourselves that believes that if you are going to succeed and if you are going to achieve, you have to work for it. It's ingrained in us since we were little. And so here, as you are imagining your success, as you are looking at it, as you are developing it, feel it. How do you feel? What is the day like? What are you wearing? Make it as real as possible. What are you smelling? Because as your imagination, as your dreams become more and more real, they become crafted realities. And you will see yourself stepping into them more easily. You will see yourself stepping into that role more powerfully. And you will see this becoming your truth and guiding you forward. It's creating a fairy tale of life. It's creating your story. Because everybody is living their story. And you have to embrace it. Mold it. Be guided by it. It leads you to the Ten of Water. It leads you to, and they all live happily ever after, passion and creation, celebration and happiness. Because with your money and your career, during this time, you have a lot of water coming up. You have your fire here, right? You have your grounding, which connects you with money most definitely, because it's pentacle energy. But you have the mind and the heart coming forward. Okay? Your passion shines, you're successful. You have to feel that success. You have to see that success within you. You have to know it within your heart and it to course through your body as steadily and as readily as your blood does. Because the Ten of Water, the celebration and the success, comes after the hard times, after the disappointments, after the reconfiguring of the mind. And it's the joy and the beauty that we want. And they all live happily ever after. However, your happily ever after is. And it doesn't have to match everybody else's. It could be astoundingly, conventional, or it can be astoundingly not. But it's you being happy. It's your cups runneth over. It's joy and success and prosperity and beauty. And it leads you. Knowing this is here, okay? Seeing this is what you're visualizing. You're visualizing your happily ever after. You're visualizing this moment of contentment and it all being worth it. And you might be sitting there and saying, oh, Dane, I can't possibly get there. I'm too this, I'm too that. It's like, no, stop. It is never too late to be happy. Never. No matter what has happened along the way, there can be happiness found. It might look differently than before, but it is still there. And that's why you move to the 5 of water, the 5 of cups, which says, change your mind, change your life. Stop seeing the 3 cups that are spilt and focusing only on those 3 cups. And turn around and see the 2 of cups, the minor arcana, Lover's card, the healers. See them behind you and embrace them. Because things are moving forward, not in the way that you had thought they would be, but in the way that feels right once you can release yourself from your imaginations. Okay? It's the way you thought it should be. And once you can sit there and say, okay, well, it might not be the way I thought it would be, but it is encapsulating a lot of the ideas and the desires that I had. And it is moving me forward towards what it is that I want, but just in a way I didn't expect. And it makes you a student of your heart. It lets you know that you are getting inspiration from the most unlikely of places. And you look at things with a beginner's mind. So instead of a jaded heart of years gone by, as we all have, a little bit of cynicism there, it is a beautiful masterpiece of what you desire and what you want. It's the innocent joy of childhood coming forward. It is beauty, and it is power, and it is realization of self. And it leads you. It leads you to being a student of your mind, of seeing things more clearly and more openly and more honestly, of cutting through the doubts and the fears that have bound you. It's asking questions and getting curious, and knowing that as you do so, you come to the end of a karmic line. You understand that the emotional trials and tribulations, the doubts and the fears that you have been through, because this line is all emotions. And this line, except for, you have the 2 major arcana, which call upon emotions, is all emotions. The only place where it isn't all emotions or have any of the emotions shining through is in the heart, which is all emotions anyway, because it is the heart. So as you move past this stagnant time, okay, this karmic debt, it's like you've paid the karmic debt, you've paid the tolls, and now it's time for the wealth to come in. Now it's time for the healing to happen. Now it's time for a new start. Okay, the wheel of fortune has changed. And it's time for wealth to come anew. It's time for you to come anew. Let's go deeper. Libra, September 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply. Show me more deeply for Libra. September 2020, money and career. Libra. September 2020, money and career. Libra. Angels. Ooh. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. And let's see the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Libra is to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Who are the people Libra is to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic, those three. So we have here the Princess of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who is very wishy-washy in their mind. They have a lot of fairy tales going on in their head, a lot of scenarios, a lot of dreams, and they could be absolutely exhausting to you. So just be mindful of that. I don't see this actually as a bad person. I see this as a very sweet person, but they have so much that they're putting together, and sometimes it's just going to be a little bit too overwhelming for you. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Yes, the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Too much knowledge coming at you all at once. You know, this is a person that comes across a little bit haughty, a little bit, arrogant. But they're not. They're just taking everything in. And they're taking in too much. They're too deep. It's not too deep. It's like it's just too much for you. Like these people, they're just too much. They're too much, trauma and drama and way of seeing things and ideas, and it's like, oh my goodness, you have enough on your plate. You don't need what they have on their plate. And and again, they're not bad people. I don't see them as bad at all. I just see it as like, be mindful if you are, if you're talking to them, that you may feel drained afterwards. And it's just because they're bringing a lot to the table emotionally, mentally, they're bouncing from idea to idea, thing to thing. And you are really dealing with enough right now, emotionally, mentally, to putting it all together and, getting to where you want to be, that, this just has to be handled with a bit of care. And then we have the King of Cups. This is somebody way too egotistical for you. So the King of Cups is a person who rules themselves, but this person isn't ruling themselves. This person is being petulant and childish and, kind of like a tyrannical 5-year-old who believes that everything should just be exactly the way that they want it, or like a little child, that it's their way and that is that, period, and stomp their foots and scream and yell. So yeah, this person is unyielding. These people here with the Queen of Swords and the Princess of Swords, they'll yield. They'll see other people's points of view, but they're just going to be more intense than you need them to be, or than you want it to be. So the inner self, we have the 8 of Inspiration. Things happen fast. The 8 of Wands. The 5 of Voice, the 5 of Swords again. So you had the 5 of Swords right here as one of your bonus cards. Again, it's karmic. What you are going through right now as you are seeing different truths. Oh, excuse me. As you are seeing different truths, as you are looking at things anew, you are breaking karmic patterns. You are breaking lifelong patterns and patterns that have been part of your lives, and also DNA line, things that have been inherited to you from people that you know and people that you don't know. And here you're being told again, look at the 2 of Cups, change your mind, change your life. Yeah. Look at the love and the beauty that stands behind you. The 10 of Material, the 10 of Pentacles. Wealth that lasts for generation is crowning you right here within your heart. The Lover, strong Gemini energy, but also duality of spirit, duality of self. This is May 21st to June 20th is the time frame. The world is opening up to you. You had, at one point, thought the world was closed. And it can be, just the way that life is right now, where it feels like the world is closed, right? But you are going to see that your mind is opening in a way. You are seeing things more passionately, more purposefully, with more understanding. And the world becomes more open to you than it has ever been. And it doesn't mean that you go off and travel. It means that you can see that your path is not constrained anymore, that there's a freedom to your development into yourself. This then leads you to the Hermit, Virgo energy, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. And this is a sense of the light shining within, guiding you, needing time to be quiet, to connect. The Ace of Cups, You are getting this gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, which, I mean, you got this gift right here. There we go. It's coming up again. So it's a very powerful gift. It cleanses, it heals, it enlightens, it nourishes. And then you have the muse of emotions. So you have the king of emotions. You are absolutely taking this gift. You are taking this gift. You are being empowered by it. And where this person right here, this king of cups, was petulant and nasty and could only think of themselves, here you are opening up the floodgates. You are thinking about so much more. You are connecting to yourself and what you desire in such a vast and greater way that it takes your breath away. It really does. So the 8 of inspiration, moving fast. I mean, ready or not, here it comes. And as things change, okay, and as you're busy looking this way and divinity wants you to look this way, all right, it's because it's time for karmic debt to be cleansed. It's time for yourself to be freed. It's time for the chains that had once bound you or the fears that you once had, for you to sit there and be like, well, I'm not afraid of this anymore. I can move forward. I can get to where I want to be. And it happens quickly. And so here, this is facing something that you'd rather not face. Like the 5 of Swords is never fun, but it is always necessary. And you might think, okay, well, I faced that, and I don't see how I handled it differently. But in your heart, in your soul, the way that it made you feel emotionally, you handled it very differently. And that's what divinity wants you to do, because they want you to move forward in a healing. This is a time of healing. This is a time of breaking chains and moving forward in power and saying, you know what, no, I'm not going to be held back emotionally anymore. I'm healed. I am moving forward in this truth. I am moving forward in this power. I'm moving forward in love. You have the minor arcana lovers card. You have the major arcana lovers card. You are moving forward in a love and in a duality that brings wealth that lasts for generations. And it doesn't have to be financial wealth. It doesn't have to be that you leave this huge inheritance. It means that you leave a legacy. And your legacy could be of love. It could be of harmony. It could be of balance. It could be of truth. It could be of serenity of spirit. You know, we underestimate all these things. But when you think about people that you love, okay? And I think of my grandparents, you know, I think of my grandma, my great-grandpa, my great-grandma, my grandpa. And when I think of them, and they have been passed away for years upon years now, right? They weren't wealthy people at all. They worked their tushes off to have success. But they were wealthy in my eyes. They were the richest, most beautiful people in my eyes as a child. And that's the legacy that you're leaving. I mean, yes, it's nice to leave money and to have a whole bunch of money come. But it's a legacy of love. It's a legacy of compassion. It's a legacy of true beauty that shapes hearts. And it's also wealth coming in. It's money or something you value as much as money. So when you have things come forward that you think, oh, you know, that's stupid. Nobody's going to see the worth in that. But it's putting smiles on people's faces. And it's making you feel better and more alive in this world. Don't poo-poo it. Don't downplay it. See it for the wealthy gift that it is. This is a prosperity. This is a blessing. And this is you embracing it. And you know what? The more you embrace it, the more you embrace the authenticity of your spirit, the prosperity of your soul, the wealth that you call into your life, the more you embrace you. And the more you see yourself moving towards riches. And the riches really do wind up turning themselves into financial prosperity. It doesn't mean that you have Rockefeller money. It means that you have enough money to pay your bills and to be happy. And if more comes in, then let it come. You know, don't say, oh no, it can't. Let it come. But also know the power of where you stand and the beauty that you want from your life. It leads you to your lovers. It leads you to what you love in life. It leads you to what you desire. It leads you to a celebration of your success. It leads you to a grounding of yourself. It leads you to a duality of spirit. It leads you to beauty. It leaves you to a feeling like honey melting on your lips. A sweetness added. An unexpected sweetness. The world opens. You barred yourself from it for some time. In one way or another. Closing this door, closing that. Saying, oh no, I can't have this. Oh no, I can't move forward this way. oh no, I couldn't possibly. And now you're seeing that you can. And you're seeing it within yourself. It's not somebody saying to you, oh, you can do this. Yeah, sure. It's you seeing the doors start to open. It's you seeing your world starting to expand. When the world is closed, the world right now is like, sorry, closed for business. But you are opening up. And you're going to see that as the world opens up again, you move in places and directions and powers and beauty that you could hardly have imagined. In the public arena, you're very private. You're very private during this time, right? You're letting the inner light shine in, the inner wisdom, the inner blessings, the inner beauty shine and guide. And you're embracing it. You're seeing it in a truth and in a way that is really, really beautiful. People are drawn to this. But it's also because as you come in, as you see and as you are graced, the world cleanses you. Divinity cleanses you. And you feel the hardships, the pains, the disappointments that have kept you small, that have kept you like locked in a closet. You see them opening up. You see yourself opening up. And it's like, I take in this wealth. I take in this cleansing. I heal myself because I am healed. Because I am empowered. Because I am emboldened. And as you are, you see that you rule your world. You rule yourself. And the king of emotions, you might sit there and think, well, what the heck good is it to just rule yourself? You only rule yourself. That's it. I mean, you can't rule anybody else. You might sit there and say, oh yeah, kings and queens, they rule people. Head of households, they rule people. No. They can demand, they can bark orders, they could be cruel or they could be kind. But they never take the power of somebody else's soul away from them. We only rule ourselves. And even then, we're rubbish at it. You sit there and you look at it and you tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to eat any cookies, I'm on a diet. And then all of a sudden this wave of craving for sweets come in, and not only do you eat a cookie, but you drink a soda and you don't exercise that day, And you're sitting there, you're like, wow, okay, that didn't work. So, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself because it's hard to rule you. And we can't rule anybody else. And so here, it's knowing that emotionally. It's knowing that powerfully. And it's embracing that with a contented understanding. And as you do that, you're going to see that things fall into alignment more. Because you're not focusing on what everybody else has. It's like, this is my game. This is my truth. I need to focus on me. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Libra. September 2020, money and career, Libra. Libra. September 2020, money and career, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, you have 3. That's pretty. So we have the spider spirit, one of my absolute favorites. And this is make your dreams real. It is time to weave your web, to make your dreams a reality, to bring forward your passion and your desires and your hopes, and to not care what other people think of it. Because as you are weaving, as a spider weaves their nest, their web, and it's beautiful. So many people don't like spiders. It's like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. And so as you make your dreams a reality, it does not matter what other people think of it. It simply matters what you think of it. And if you are coming from a place of light, love, and positivity, you will see yourself empowered, you will see yourself emboldened, and you will see yourself creating something absolutely timelessly beautiful for you. And then we have the dove spirit, be peace. Be peace to yourself, be kindness, be acceptance, be understanding. And then we have the porcupine spirit, time for beginner's mind. And that's what we see with the page of water and the page of air. It is time for a beginner's mind in the heart and in the mind to see things anew, to not come with old prejudices, old hurts, old pains and say, this is the way it's going to be. No, you come to things with a new heart, with a new mind, with a new understanding and say, divinity, how do you want things to be for me? How is it that I am to move forward? Your subconscious message during this time. is the skunk spirit. Know your worth. And that is beautiful. Know your worth no matter what anybody else thinks of you. Know your worth. Your subconscious people message is the Princess of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Passion, creation, determination. That's what fuels you. New insights, new ideas. Not being held back by, the saying, that's the way it's always been. It's like, well, now it's time for things to change. Or now it's time for a new interpretation. Determination. Yeah, you're swimming upstream. And you're fighting this. You are moving against the current of other people's emotions, against the tide of negativity and rejection and doubts and anger. And you are moving towards where you want to be, within yourself, within your soul. And it can feel like you are swimming upstream all the time. But what you are doing is you are reaching your goals. And you are swimming against the tide of negativity that is this world. And embracing a beauty that is yourself. And that is your connection with divinity. Your subconscious tarot message is the Three of Pentacles. Hard work. You've worked hard for the prosperity that's coming. Don't deny it, and don't think that you're not worthy of it. You've worked hard for this. You've earned it. Accept it. Yeah, that's funny, because she's wearing a mask. And that connects you to the High Priestess. You're taking off the masks. It's like no more. No more is this a masquerade of what success should be or how things should be. This is a reality of what I am creating. And it leads you to the deeper subconscious message of the Chariot, which is a Cancer energy, a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. And Cancer, gets defined as a gentler sign. So people think, oh, that's gentleness, that's weakness. And that couldn't be further from the truth. This is a warrior. A charioteer was a warrior, the tanks of the ancient world. And here there's a braveness, there's a ferocity, there's a determination to your soul and to what you want that takes your breath away, that absolutely surprises you. And that leads you to a place you never thought you could be. And this is also a sense, nobody can tell you how to love during this time. Nobody can tell your heart what to do. This time, your heart is shining brightly just for you. It's shining brightly in the direction that you needed. And it is gorgeous. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Now let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, a moving forward in our passion and in our power, knowing that our hearts are strong, our minds are attentive, and we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Libra.